Welcome to PrinnyCast Roundtable, a casual weekly show where we talk about what we've been up to in the various gaming-related stuff from over the last week. Now, lately we're including all other sorts of media that include movies, TV shows, comic books, card games, whatever just comes to our mind, really, that's in the realms of entertainment. We're your hosts. I'm Chris. This is Grover.
Hello.
This is Mike.
Hello.
And Edna's directing us through text messages over there. And we'll just kick this right off of what we've been up to this week. How about you, Mike?
Well, I had bought Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth this week, and I was looking forward to playing it. I was pretty excited about it. It was one of those games I never really got to play on the PlayStation, and I'd always kind of looked for it, and nobody around here really ever had it. For whatever reason, I don't know, because I thought that game would be on the shelves forever. Apparently not. So it came out for Steam. It was pretty cheap, and it had all the DLC, so I went ahead and it went on sale. I went ahead and bought it, and didn't run. I hit play after installing it, and it just, if I had my friend list up, it was like, you're in a game, and then 2 seconds later, nope, you're not. Just kidding. Yeah. So
it's kind of like Fallout 1 and Fallout 2 are like that on Steam. I bought them, and I've never been able to play ever.
Some of the old BioWare stuff's like that for me, like Jade Empire and Knights of the Old Republic. I can't run those right now.
Well, I did some Googling, and I found out that it needed to be run in compatibility mode, so I was like, okay, I'll try that. So I did that, and then it kept telling me there was a DLL file missing. So I typed the DLL file in my search bar on the Windows start screen, and it was there. It's like, I don't know how to code, so I don't know how to tell this stupid game that this DLL file is at this location. So I didn't look any more into it. I was like, they'll patch it. And, a few days went by. They hadn't patched it yet, so I went ahead and tried it again. I hadn't seen it patched. I thought maybe I missed one. So I tried it again, and it did the same thing. So then I started uninstalling and reinstalling the Visual C++ distributable, and it didn't do anything different. It just kept telling me that the same error message, this DLL file is missing. So then I saw somebody say on a forum in a different game that they were having a problem like this, and they had to move the DLL file to the installation folder of the game, and then it worked. So I was like, okay, well, I don't want to move a DLL file, so I'll make a copy of it and then move that.
I've had that error happen so many times.
That error message went away, and then I got another error message about a different DLL file. So I copied that one and moved it into the folder, and then it ran. It took me all week to figure it out, so I didn't get to play it, but it is installed now, so I'll probably play it sometime over this next week. I reinstalled Sonic Generations, and I was going to play that, but I got sidetracked. I hopped on Destiny, and I got stuck playing that. I don't know what it is about that game. There's not much to it. You don't get upgrades very often, so the progression feel, I think, is going to go away once I hit max level. I'm not going to feel like I'm progressing at all in the game. But right now, it's not a bad game. It's severely lacking in the storytelling department, just like I had been talking about before I had ever played the game because of everything I'd heard. I was exactly right. Now I can say that I'm exactly right now that I've played the game, and nobody can get mad at me because this is my official opinion. The storytelling sucks. Yep. It's terrible and non-existent. I have no idea what happened in the world. Nobody wants to tell me because everybody's like, oh, I don't have time. I could tell you, but I'm not going to. Then there's that one chick who's like, I don't even have time to tell you why I don't have time to tell you.
Who are these characters I don't give a shit about or don't know anything
about? And I'm
like,
I'm pretty sure that sounded clever in some board meeting somewhere where they decided that was going to be her opening line when you meet her, but it's not.
It'd be fine if they're like, if they're just like, we don't have time, we're in danger, and we need to talk about this later. Then you get somewhere safe, and then they have a cutscene, blah 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 blah. And that'd be cool. But when you get to where they're going to tell you stuff, and they're like, we don't have time for explanation. Let's do this. It's like, what?
Everything is so arbitrary too. Like, she gets out of telling you when you're done blowing everything up in the area. She gets out of telling you anything by having some intercom call, and she teleports away. So that's how she gets out of telling you. It's so arbitrary. It's just like, But
it's part one of the prologue to a much bigger game. You just have to wait. You don't understand. The story is too huge for any 180-hour game.
It's not got any story content in it is the problem. It's all about the leveling grind. It's not anything innovative. It's not anything super special to me. I probably won't pay for any DLC before it goes on sale. Whereas in Mario Kart and Smash Brothers and hell, even Hyrule Warriors, which I think I've played for maybe 30 minutes in the past month, I bought every single DLC for. It's because I love the game that much, and it's convinced me that, I will play it. But Destiny is like, it's one of those games that once I get to the end of the, quote, story, end quote, of this first game, I'll probably be done with it and not pick it back up. Anyways, I played Smash Brothers, practicing my Captain Falcon heel drop, doing pretty good at it. That ledge guard catches people off guard so much that when I actually land it, the first thing they do when they get off of their little resurrection portal, you have that moment of invincibility. They use that to do a wow, good job kind of taunt. So it's pretty fun. I'm enjoying the community that I'm playing with. So people in there seem pretty nice. And then I know we had talked about the Mario Kart 8 DLC a long time ago. I only just now bought it, and I did not know. I don't remember there actually being, saying there was going to be a Hyrule Castle track and a Mute City from F-Zero track. And those two tracks, especially the Mute City track, was completely worth the buy-in price for me. So I played that with Sydney. We played it online, and we played it local, unlocked some more stuff, and that was pretty fun. Other than that, the end of Diablo Season 1, Season 2 will be starting on the 13th. I'll pick it up then. And World of Warcraft, new raid came out, so I did that.
Heard about that.
Yeah, that's really all I've been up to. That and watching Netflix. So
anything in particular there, since we're talking about that stuff too? You still on American Horror Story?
American Horror Story, we finished Season 3 and 4. We were watching them both at the same time since 4 was, airing on television. So we were watching 3 in between that, and we managed to finish them both the same week. It was pretty good. Didn't quite end how I expected, either one. Other than that, I've been watching House. I added the Knights of Sidonia to my my queue, but I don't know when I'll get around to watching. I don't watch anime very often anymore. Now, Attack on Titan was really good. I love that show. That was really good. All of it. So yeah, that's really all I've been up to. Just a little bit of TV watching, a little bit of video games, and lots of work. I had overtime this week, so
money.
Lost some of my time. Yeah.
And on the other side of the table, what have you been doing, Grover?
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I totally forgot. The biggest game I wanted to talk about, and I totally forgot about it. Holy crap!
I haven't heard of that.
Citizens of Earth. Citizens of Earth it's so much like Earthbound. I can't get over how much like Earthbound it is.
It's not just Earthbound. It's like Suikoden too.
Yeah, with all the recruiting, all the followers and stuff. Yeah. This game is probably the first RPG that I have actually really enjoyed in a long time. Final Fantasy X is the last good one that I can think of, if you don't count like the Kingdom Hearts games, which I enjoyed those too. But I'm talking like turn-based RPGs.
I was keeping an eye on that sucker way back when they were just a Kickstarter campaign before they teamed up with Atlas. So I'm glad they got picked up, and I'm glad they managed to even bump up stuff. There's a lot of animation and a lot of the voice acting and all that type of stuff. That's stuff they could do because Atlas was there to say, hey, here's you some money, make it good. So
I'm glad they did. I paid full price for it off of the Wii U eShop. Not a single regret. I know it was cheaper when it first came out, and I'm not even upset that I didn't get it. That's how much I'm enjoying the game. I'll gladly give them full price. Oh, and something I find this somewhat humorous. Poor Nintendo, with all their can't get amiibos on the shelves problems, the day they added the new stuff to the Nintendo Rewards Club for its, final, this is all we're gonna have until it shuts down, couldn't log on because it was so overloaded with traffic that they had to go into maintenance like so many different times. So it took, I think, 15 minutes for the login screen to accept the login. You click sign in, and then it does the little swirly loading image for like 15 minutes, and then you get on the shop and you click get rewards, and it takes, another 10 to 15 minutes to load the original sign-in page because it's kicked you out for being idle.
Oh.
So I said screw it, and I stayed up late. I was playing a game or watching House, probably more likely, and I was up at like 1 or 2 in the morning. So I was like, there's a lot of people probably in bed now, so I bet they got the site back up. And I got on it, and I ordered myself the Majora's Mask Messenger bag. So cool. I was pretty happy about that. There's some games on there I'm keeping my eye on, but since I'm platinum this year, you get a free game, and I'm afraid that if I spend my points on a game, it's going to be one that I get for free anyway.
Probably.
So there's that. But anyways, yeah, so I want to talk about this real quick. What do you guys want to see the new Nintendo membership? Do you want it to see more like Xbox Live, where it's tied to an account that is tied to the games you download? Because that's what I want to see.
I think so. Yeah. I never liked what they've been doing with the tying it to the single console.
I don't either.
I want to know that if I get a new console, that all the games I had for the other one will still be there that I bought.
And when you think about it, with the rate that they release different 3DS models, it makes sense. People are more likely to buy a new 3DS if they know they're not going to have a single issue playing their games on that 3DS without having to wipe the old one. But anyways, so what have you guys been playing this week?
Well, I got Balloon. I don't know if I got it last week. Maybe I did. I got it just last week. Balloons 5 for Steam, and superior to the web browser version in so many different ways. It's basically, Monkey City was Balloons 5. Everything that's in Monkey City is in Balloons 5. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's superior. I'll never play the web browser version of it again because I can go to the higher levels and not lag my ass off like you did on the web browser. Like it would crash the web browser sometimes, but not on the game. It runs flawlessly. I played Clash of Clans just a couple days ago. My townhouse upgraded, and I started upgrading my townhouse before last Friday, and that's how long it took. That I think it was 3 days ago that it finally finished.
No, they get ridiculous about that type of.
Yeah, it gets insane. You can take it to level 12 now, and that takes 24 days. It's just like, what? So and then I ran around on Guild Wars to do my Hall of Monument stuff, and quickly went insane trying to get the stuff I need, because the heroes the computers that have you play with are blithering morons, and they get you killed easily, just like over silly stuff. It's just like, oh god, I wish someone would help me with this. And then I found out the weapons and stuff that you put in the Hall of Monuments, you don't get to have them in Guild Wars 2 anyways. They're like, once you get the achievement for that part of the Hall of Monuments, you don't have to put anything there. Just go ahead and leave and go back to Guild Wars 2, and it'll be there, and you can access the rewards. So I was just like, well, that kind of defeats the purpose of what I was hoping I'd be able to take my Ascalon Fire Sword and everything else in the Guild Wars 2, and I found out, well, they made it so those swords were legal in Guild Wars 2, so you couldn't have one even if it was there. So it's just like, well, what the hell was my answer to that? So I just kind of like, okay, well, I'm not playing Guild Wars ever again. So
the first one,
just because it's so old.
Yeah,
the first one. So then Guild Wars 2, I got to level 80, so that was easy. Just I explored 50% of the world, and I'm level 80. Then not as much when playing Monkey City, just leveling stuff. I still don't have my tier 4 stuff level activated, which is kind of aggravating. It's just like, I've been playing this game for nearly a month, and I can't have a level 4 ninja tower. That's just kind of bizarre and aggravating. And that's different games. Television-wise, basically just, did I finish Lost last week?
I think you mentioned it.
Okay, I finished it. So Chris showed me Fringe, and I went on and started watching that, and at first I thought it was going to be CSI bullshit, and I almost quit watching halfway through. I was just like, I'm not going to watch this shit because I can't stand that crap. But then it took a turn where I was like, okay, I'm going to give it a chance, just because Lost was like this too. The first couple episodes, I just like, okay, you've got to keep watching. They're just trying to put everything together. And now they finally have the 4 point, like, okay, I could watch an episode a day. Not like Lost where I can watch 5 episodes a day. But yeah, it's pretty good. And I was over at Mom's last night, and she was watching some of the ABC and NBC. They had one, I think it's like, I don't know what the damn show is called. It was actually, okay, this is actually a decent show. Scandal. So yeah, so I was just like, oh, this is interesting. But it was something about the president's wife or girlfriend or whatever got kidnapped, and now she's being auctioned off for millions of dollars, and he's trying to save her. He started a war. It's getting tons of people killed, and I'm just like, this is a crazy ass show. I like it. So yeah, it's just like, I definitely gotta watch that more. I don't know if that's on Netflix or not. If it is, I'll definitely watch it. Oh, then I watched Helix, the new season. And that show, once again, just like in the first season, if you guys haven't watched it, you should. It's a really good show. It's all over the place. Not as bad as the first season. This one, it's like, okay, there's not as much story going on this time. You know the characters. They've got their thing going on. They have a track. In the first series, they were bouncing around so much that you didn't really know what the hell was going on for the first 7 episodes. I mean, literally, they could have combined the first 7 episodes into one episode, and it still would have just then started making sense. But still, a good one. A very not safe for kids series, not even remotely. Somebody complained about their kid watching Helix, and the maker literally said that if you have your child watch the show, then you are a really horrible parent. Really horrible. Because it literally says that, to put an example, the last episode, they were having a chat while the dude was getting jerked off.
It's still not as bad as Game of Thrones, but...
Oh, yeah, probably not as bad. I haven't even seen it. I've never watched it once. And then, more terrifying, I've never even read the books. And that's saying something, because I usually read all the books of everything.
Something for the to-do list, maybe.
And I think that's about it.